It's just another Amish Monday. Hey, come on in. How y'all be? I've got a theory. You want to talk about it? I want to talk about it. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and say #replay. But I'm hoping somebody gonna jump on because I want to know y'all's thoughts. So I asked a question, was it yesterday? Losing track of time. And I basically asked, have you been to Hawaii? Okay. Now, I maybe should have also had you share, if you've been to Hawaii, yes, but where did you live at the time of you going to Hawaii? Why? Why would that matter? Here's my theory. My theory is that West Coast people have more than likely been to Hawaii. I think that it is a very common travel destination. It is and don't get me wrong, it's not just a hop, skip, and a jump. It's like a 6-hour flight, but you can find direct flights. You don't have, anyways, it may be 6 hours, but it's Hawaii, right? So my theory is West Coast people have certainly been. East Coast people, not as much. Why? Well, here's what made me think of this. So my brother and his sweet, adorable wife and their baby, okay, they have this trip planned to Hawaii. Now, they've had this trip planned to Hawaii before baby was born. They knew about the age baby would be. My parents always go for my dad's birthday. They normally spend about, wrong sequence. Let me get the right sequence here. You can't mess it up, but I've got my thing and I love it. Anyways, and so they were planning to be in Hawaii when my parents were in Hawaii. So my parents always go around the same time every January. All right. And they have for, oh my goodness, I'm going to go with 25 years, maybe even longer. They vacation there as a second honeymoon for their 10-year anniversary, which is another story because my dad planned an entire wedding and they had a vow renewal ceremony, a whole wedding. He did everything for it. My mom knew nothing. And then that day, the night of the wedding, that day, he literally took her out to lunch per normal, got down on his bended knee, and proposed to her. And she's like, we're already married. Happy anniversary. It's been 10 years. And he's like, I know, but I was wondering if you would marry me again. And she's like, well, you never proposed to me the first time. So I guess the second time I'll say yes. He had her wedding dress pressed. He had done all the details. I kid you not, they had their own second wedding. Okay, anyways, they went to Hawaii. They ended up getting a place there on that 10-year anniversary, and they've been going ever since. So if I've been married 16 years, they've been married 42? I don't even know. So 32 years they've been going to Hawaii. So my brother has had this trip planned, okay. So him and his sweet wife were supposed to leave on the 24th, travel for 18 hours, and arrive in Hawaii on the 24th. Now, we're dealing with some time changes, right? Because East Coast, they are an hour behind us, so they're central. My brother wishes he was Eastern, which I think is funny. I always want to say why, but maybe I should ask him one day. So even though they were leaving on the 24th, they were getting there on the 24th because Hawaii and Florida are 5 hours difference. Okay, the snow pushed them back a day. By the way, if you're on, say hi. Where are you tuning in from? Let me know. And so the snow, because they got 5 or so inches in Navarre Beach, Florida, which is unheard of, by the way. So here they are in Florida. Their travel is delayed a day because of snow. They finally get on their way on the 25th. They fly from Florida to Atlanta, from Atlanta to LA, and they get stuck in LA. Mind you, my brother, his sweet wife, and their tiny, tiny little 3-month-old baby. Okay, stuck in LA. I hear from my mom Sunday morning, and she's like, well, that was an ordeal. Austin's finally on his way. I'm like, what? Austin's finally on his way. And yes, if you didn't know, my brother's name is Austin and my husband's name is Austin. Hence why I call my man Nordstrom. That's another story for another day. So anyways, I'm like, what do you mean he's finally on his way? And my mom's like, oh, it's been such an ordeal. I'll find out more when they get here. They finally arrived. Friends, they were supposed to leave on the 24th and arrive on the 24th. 18 hours of travel, but still same day. They finally leave on the 25th, the morning of, And they don't even get there until the 26th because today's the 27th, right? The 26th at 5:30 p.m. their time. So I'm watching this go down and I'm like, I have a theory. My theory is that West Coast people probably have been to Hawaii. If they travel, if they have destinations, if they do vacations, they've probably been to Hawaii. East Coast people, you ain't gonna mess with that. Listen, honey, you can go ahead and go down to Florida if you wanna stay in, the States. You can go to Dominican Republic. You can go, where do the East Coast people vacation? That's what I wanna know. Where do the East Coast people vacation? Because I'm telling y'all, ain't nobody gonna mess with that travel schedule. Don't you remember the days when travel used to actually be, it wasn't bliss, it wasn't VIP, but it was not so much stress. It's so stressful now, it's not even fun. Like, I'm just glad they only had one baby in between two adults because I've done twin travel with tiny little twins. Yes, I have. Actually, we've done quite a few. We kind of have this, not theory, I was gonna say another theory, but we kind of have this, is it called MO? Where when our kids are free to fly, we sneak in as many flights, which is funny because when there was one, it was like, oh yeah, that makes sense because you're still just paying for two adults. And then it's like when you have the second baby, it's like, well yeah, but now we're only paying 3 and we get 4. And then once we had the twins, it was like, yeah, but now we're only paying 4 tickets for 6. Like it always feels like this steal of a deal, And so anyways, tell me what you think in the comments. Like, I must know. Do you feel like that theory is more or less legit? Or do you feel like, you know what? If I want to go to Hawaii, I'm going to go to Hawaii, which I get it. Listen, if I had somewhere I wanted to go, I'd go too. But, and maybe I've just been there too many times. Hawaii is beautiful. I'm not dissing Hawaii. I just don't feel like the travel to Hawaii is worth it from the East Coast. Okay, like I also am the type, tell me if this is you or if not, just let me know. But I like my vacation dollars to stretch. What do I mean by that? Y'all, you can go to an all-inclusive resort. And don't even talk about the alcohol. I'm not even talking about alcohol. I'm talking about all-inclusive resort with really good food. Don't go cheap because you'll be so over the food. It's ridiculous. But you can literally stretch your money if you go all-inclusive in like Mexico. Dominican, we went there on our honeymoon and we did an all-inclusive 10-day, thank you Grandpa Dean, he paid for our honeymoon, in the Dominican Republic. By the way, it was a steal of a deal 19 years ago, or 16, how long have I been married? I don't know. Because I kid you not, listen to this, we got 10 days in the Dominican Republic, all-inclusive, everything, and our flights, $2K. 2K. Friends, actually this is depressing. I've dropped $2K in the last 24 hours. Now, about 1,000 of that was my choice. The second 1,000 was because apparently my brakes are bad and I just got a whole new set of brakes. And so I got to go pick up my car because I just had to drop $1,000 on brakes. Boo. But anyways, I'm just saying, like, what can you even get for $2,000 anymore? You know what I mean? So anyways, Hawaii is beautiful. If you want to go, go. But East Coasters, tell me, where do you travel? It's like a hop and a skip to Europe. It's super simple to just head south and go somewhere tropical, somewhere beautiful, somewhere, I don't know, like where? Tell me in the comments. Like, I must know because, I must know because I must go. How about them apples? What do you think? Keeping my gray at bay, friends. You remember the tips and the tricks, unless this is your first time, which would be fun to know. Are you, joining the crazy just for the first time, or are you a repeat friend? Repeat friend. Okay, there was something else I was gonna share with you. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to dive into, I've had tons of questions about the 42-day challenge I did, and it ends tomorrow. So today I am on liquids only, which by the way, my coach did not tell me to do. Amber's just hardcore like that. So I have to share my stats or my results tomorrow. And I was like, I'm gonna end it with a bang and I'm just gonna do a water. No, excuse me. I have liquids. Okay, used to travel with your nieces because it was free while the parents drove. Okay, touche. So are you not a fan of flying then, Diane? Well, wait a minute. I know you've flown, but do you prefer to drive, or was that just because, you know, they were driving, so you were driving? So anyways, liquids today. Boo, it did cut me off. It's trying to connect. Well, hopefully it stays good. Sorry about that little blurb. My alarm just went off because I have not had baked goods in 42 days. I also have not had butter in 42 days. What else have I not had in 42 days? So anyways, I was making the kids something. I've made them dinner. I can't eat any of it. It's fine. I'm literally, like, I've got hours to go, okay? You're watching Discipline at its finest. But what I did do is I'm doing 2 different recipes. I'm gonna apply this because I have a Zoom tonight. Otherwise, I would scratch all makeup. But you guys know I'm obsessed. Have you found your tint yet? What are you? Tell me what you are below. Anyways, and so I have 2 recipes I'm doing besides the crock pot, which is dinner. I'm doing a molasses muffin, which I'm gonna give the kids after school. Okay, tell me if it's just my kids or if you've ever heard of this. I think it's just my kids. So my kids will only eat muffins if they're fresh, hot, not a single, like, not even a half a day old. Why? Why? Please tell me. Like, if I were to make them muffins, like right now they're at school, and I were to make them muffins and I would save them for breakfast tomorrow, they would all opt out. But if I make them muffins while they're at school and I give them right after they get home from school, or today I'm gonna bring them in the car since Daddy has to take me into town anyways to get my car because I got new brakes, remember that? Anyway. Then I'm gonna bring them the muffins in the car so they can eat them when we pick them up from school. They'll gobble them. But if I were to serve them for breakfast tomorrow after making them today, they won't eat them. Nope, they won't eat them. So I'm gonna give them the molasses muffins today because, you know, fresh, hot, that's how they do. And then I made a double chocolate, but you know how I do, okay? It's the cacao, it's no sugar, it's amazing. Double chocolate banana bread. Friends, let me tell you what that's gonna be. That's gonna be breakfast for them tomorrow. Remember, no sugars, no none of that crazy stuff, but it's gonna be my first bite. That's right, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna submit my results, I'm gonna, you know, do all the things. I'm gonna work out probably around 10 because that's what I do on my days I don't have to be in the office. And then I'm gonna take my first bite of a baked goodness in 42 days. And it's gonna be delightful. So that was my timer that just went off. I have my amazing skin tint on. You guys, I just love it. I am literally obsessed. And by the way, sometimes people, I think I brought this up, sometimes people are like, I don't know, Amber, the cost, but it's waterless. It's waterless, so you're not paying for water. I tell you, I kid you not. Look at your different skincare products. You'll see water is the first ingredient. So little goes a long way, and your face feels like it's kissed all day long. Oh, okay, friends, I've got to go pull the bread because it's gonna be yummy.